Debaters aren't the only people in the activity who have worries and anxiety. Coaches, too, sometimes find themselves wondering if they can master all the skills they need to become successful. For example, what if your students acquire more advanced debate knowledge than you? Should that possibility concern you as a new coach?
It's probably one of the most intimidating things that I could imagine. Here I am, I'm going to coach an activity of which I know nothing. I couldn't imagine walking onto a football field not knowing anything about football and being like, I'm going to coach football today. But we ask that of people who are teaching. And I think the expectations from the kids are different from a football player and a debater. I think the expectations for what is expected of those people is different. You don't need to be an expert on debate to coach a kid in debate round. You have to get them there, you have to point them in the right direction, and they are going to be self-motivated. Part of what turns kids on about this activity is that their parents don't really know exactly what's going on, and so it's a little bit cool. The high school teachers who have enough confidence to accept that and to learn a little bit as they go along are the best debate coaches in the world.
And I think one of the big problems and one of the big hurdles that a lot of new debate coaches have is their kids are more advanced in some of these aspects than they are. And I guess the advice I have in terms of how to deal with that is, I'm a history teacher and I teach history. And a lot of times my students will know more about a specific historical period than I will. Because I don't know about every historical period. But that doesn't mean I still can't be their teacher and be an effective teacher to them. And just because my students might have a little more knowledge about a specific area that they're working with doesn't mean that I can't coach them. And even when I was a coach for a really large squad, there were parts of the topic and types of debate that I wasn't that familiar with. But I still found myself able to coach them and just realize, realize that you have that ability to ask them. What teachers do is we ask questions, and we don't want to provide answers for our students. We want them to figure the answers out on themselves. And even if they know a little bit more about a topic, you can still ask them questions that help them realize the answers, and that's better teaching in the first place.
You may be new to debate, but you're not new to teaching. And even if you're a first-year teacher, you have the collective experience of all the different teachers that you've interacted with all during your educational career. And I think you can borrow a little bit from all those experiences, and debate allows you the opportunity to utilize those talents and those skill sets when you're teaching debate. Some of the best teachers you probably had were teachers that listened to you a lot. Well, listening is a powerful vehicle. Sometimes you won't know all the answers to what your students are asking about, but having a receptive ear goes a long way with helping them kind of flesh out and work out arguments. Some of your best teachers were teachers that motivated you when you maybe didn't have the best grade on a test or when you didn't succeed as well as you would like. Well, there are going to be many times you're going to have students going to come out of debate rounds practically in tears or upset or mad because, judge didn't see it quite the way they thought they should have saw it. And those things